Hello, pipe mates. Gary here. I'm old and in the way. Coming to you today because I wanted to show you my two things actually. Number one, I wanted to show you my birthday pipe that I commissioned from Jack Ryan Pipes. A lovely little, or large I should say, Prince. It is 6¼ inches long. It weighs 63 grams, so I won't be lunting with this guy. This is for sitting and relaxing. The bowl is 19 millimeters, 7¾ of an inch by roughly 1¼ inch deep. Yeah, it's really smoking well. Thank you, Jack. Did a great job. This was a lot of fun to work with because it evolved as Jack went through the process. That's what's nice about commissioning a pipe, is that you get to have input and feedback. And we didn't intend to have a plateau top like this, but it just seemed the right way to go once the pipe started to take shape. And the red color stain with this lovely red, which you cannot see unfortunately in this light, but it's a beautiful, beautiful red with black striated lines in it. So it was just it was fun to work with Jack and just have this thing evolve, and it's definitely a one-off, right? So thank you again, Jack. The other thing I wanted to, housekeeping, don't want to forget that. In this beautiful pipe, I am smoking some HH Balkan blend. I got a sample from my good buddy JMZ56, John, at our Pipe Club meeting a week or so ago. And we share samples, and he had some and was impressed. And so I took a sample, and it's really, really good. Virginia, Burley, Cavendish, Latakia, Orientals. The Virginias take place over the Burleys. I'm not really picking up too much of a Burley. I'm picking up the grassy, hay, nice citrus flavor. As far as the Kentucky goes, really more of a condiment. It's there, maybe mouthfeel, and you get hints of it, but it's not really forward. The Latakia and the Orientals are the major players in this blend. It's a Balkan. So highly recommended. Very, very tasty. The other thing that I wanted to, the wizard is watching you. The other thing I wanted to go over with you today was that I want to take this tin of Orlik Golden Sliced and stove it. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I really wanted to give it a go today. Cellaring was not really something that I ever did. Nobody that I knew, my grandfather never stoved, never cellared. We bought what we needed, smoked it, went to the store and bought some more. That was just the way of the world. Where I grew up, and the only way you would ever cellar anything is if you accidentally misplaced a pouch and then ran across it a year or two later and got a nice surprise. But we really didn't think about it. Then in joining the YTPC, and it really made sense to cellar tobacco. And I think back now, had I done that, when I started 49 years ago, I'd have some interesting blends and a very deep cellar. But what's done is done. So what I'd like to do is see. I'm intrigued to see what the stoving process will do to a tobacco. And so I picked Orlik because of its Virginia content. The sugars, it has more sugar than any other tobacco, and probably will react the most favorably, or maybe make the biggest change. That's what I'm kind of counting on for this process. So that's kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to split that tin in half and place half of it in a jar that I will place in the oven for 2 hours, and then the other jar with the other half of the contents will stay in there for 4 hours. I've decided to go with 200 degrees. I did some research, and that seems to be a sweet spot. We'll see. This is an experiment. At the end of the day, we'll see the difference, if there is one, between the tobacco just out of the tin, my 2 hour and 4 hour increment tobacco slices. We'll see if we can pick up any significant difference in the color of the slices, and then we'll do a taste test and see if I can pick up any nuances, any major differences, if there are. So yeah, so it's something that I've been wanting to do, and pardon me. So if you're interested and want to come along and watch the proceedings, I'd love to have you join me. So let's go do that right now. So I've got my tin of Orlik Golden Sliced, which we will open now with my trusty church key, I think. Did you hear that? Ooh, love that sound. All right. And it's nicely packaged. And here they are, fresh out of the tin. So I will be placing some of these in these silly quilted jars for 2 hours at 200 degrees. Let's get back into the camera here. 2 hours at 200 degrees and 4 hours at 200 degrees, and we will see what happened. The stove is set, and so now it's just a matter of me dropping these guys in. So I will roughly put half of them in here and the other half in here. Right. Now, the next step, let me change the camera, and I apologize for, I'm not Steven Spielberg. I don't have a crew. It's just me. All right. So, hope you can see that okay. Now, instead of using the hard caps, I'm going to put some tin foil over these just in case there's an issue during the cooking period. I certainly don't want tobacco all over the oven. My good lady wife would not enjoy that, and it would not be fun cleaning it up either. So this is more as just a safety in case something needs to blow. Hopefully it'll just come out through the tops of these caps. So they're good to go. My temperature's at 200 degrees, and we're going to stick them in the oven. Okay, so and they go. Now you'll notice I've also put a pan cookie sheet here to rest these in, and sort of the same thing, hopefully to counteract any, if there is any blowout, it'll maybe contain it a little bit. So in it goes, and we'll see you again in 2 hours and again in 4 hours. Don't go anywhere. So while we're waiting for that 2 hours to elapse, I thought I'd show you that it is an absolutely beautiful day here in Chicagoland, 40 degrees. Saturday we had 70, and then Sunday we had Monday we had 3 inches of snow. You can see the snow line on the deck. And we're to have more snow tomorrow night into Friday. So all I can say is it must be March. I'm back again. 2 hours has elapsed, and I've pulled the sample out of the oven. The other one is in there and will be there for another hour and 59 minutes. So first thing I want to do is to get this top off. It did its job. There was no issue, and yeah, good. But I do want to show you if, that there is. I can see that there is definitely a difference in color shade on the sample I pulled out. Here I have a tin that has not been stoved, and you can see the nice light tan color of those slices. This is a little bit warm. I want to get the hard cover, which I've put a handy 2 on there so that I know this is my 2-hour sample. And oh yes, it has definitely darkened up. You can see that. The slices are definitely darker. I'll do a more in-depth, oh, the aroma. Oh my, the aroma is amazing. I want to get this covered right up, and I'm going to let this then cool off, and the same process. I'll do the same trick with the 4-hour sample. No need to trouble you with that, but there is definitely a slight color difference there, and the aroma coming off of this ball jar is pretty amazing. So what we'll do, this is really part 1. What I'll do is in a week or so I will do the taste testings on these 3 and report back to you. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully 4 hours isn't too long. If it is, it is. This is a design of experiments, a DOE, and whatever happens, happens. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this little experiment, and we'll see you in a week with a taste test. Take care, take it easy, but take it.